Effective immediately, we are repealing the ridiculous endangerment finding and terminating all additional green emission standards imposed unnecessarily on vehicle models and engines between 2012 and 2027 and beyond.
I used to feel like the system was working against us. Now I know the system is working against us. Not a day goes by that I don't see or hear the powers that be actively destroying the very people that the system depends on. Jobs are unstable. Healthcare is getting tighter. Food support is shrinking. Vaccinations are demonized because God forbid everybody that vaxxed that thing up is autistic, right? Technology continues to bring us closer together and we get more divisive. Bigotry is booming and environmental protections are being rolled back. This leaves me with a question. If profit depends on people, why do they make decisions that hurt the people? Think about this. Power versus people. Worship how I worship, or you're going to hell. Have the same sexual preference as me, or you're going to hell. Don't get an abortion, keep the rape, whoopsie poopsie, incest, one night stand baby that you're not going to raise properly anyway. Or you're going to hell because you're a bad person. We push people into belief systems by fear mongering. Think about how regulations protect health. Sometimes the masses aren't capable of making the best choices for themselves, so they get coaxed in the right direction via regulation. Wear a seatbelt, wear a helmet, wear a condom, safe sex, don't drink and drive. Think about the effects of rolling back environmental emissions. Scientists predict loss of sea ice, melting glaciers and ice sheets, causing sea levels to rise and cause more intense heat waves. Global temperatures are also increasing from human-made greenhouse gases, continuing to cause severe weather damage that will increase in intensity. Think about how pollution hurts humans. Cancer, cardiovascular diseases, respiratory diseases, diabetes mellitus, obesity, respiratory, neurological, and immune system disorders. But the other side wants to serve that to you on a silver platter. They want you to think about their pockets. They want you to love fossil fuels and the power industry. But I want you to think about how archaic they are to still think that this is the only viable source of energy. Is this the only way to continue economic growth? They think that regulations to prevent the destruction of planet Earth and mankind will hurt their bottom line. Think about policy versus reality. Rules should be for everybody or rules should be for nobody. We got so far off track because rules and regulations are only relegated to poor people and people that are members of marginalized groups. It's really simple math. Add with me. Money plus power plus status equals lawlessness in America. And the political policies created by this country don't align with the rights and realities of American citizens. Think about language versus truth. We are in Trump, red pill, individualistic, me, profit over people. Bigotry is the new black era America. So language is always going to be up against truth. The media is bought and sold, and all we're fed is opinion-based alternative facts. Think about profit versus public health. A healthy society is a happy and productive society. Why would they cure diseases? It's no money in that. I think that they don't know the definition of the word empathy. I think it warms their heart getting people hooked on overpriced medications that lead to a lifetime of dependency, then ripping away their health insurance. I'm not saying resort to homeopathy, but I think Big Pharma has some explaining to do. Smoking tobacco is bad. It leads to cancer, heart disease, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. It leads to what else? Harmful reproductive effects, heart disease, rheumatoid arthritis, and diabetes. Nobody wants diabetes. Diabetes is anywhere and everywhere, but nobody seems to want it. So they demonized tobacco, and they told you how good smoking was, and now they tell you how bad it is and all the diseases that it causes. But vape, though. Let's throw the book at a person that buys a dime bag in a backwood to cope with their overpaid, underqualified supervisor at that dead-end job that makes him contemplate suicide daily. Marijuana was illegal because hemp was a more economical replacement for paper pulp, and big newspaper wasn't going to allow that. So they bastardized marijuana. Can I tell you about it? A 1927 New York Times article read, Mexican family goes insane after eating marijuana. William Randolph Hearst said, users of marijuana become stimulated as they inhale the drug, and they're likely to do anything. Most crimes in this section, especially in this county district, are laid by users of that drug. William Randolph Hearst had a homie, a buddy, a crony, Harry J. Anslinger. He has some things to say. 1. Marijuana is capable of turning men into a wild beast, and that it fostered dreams of erotic characters. 2. He also said, marijuana is the most violence-causing drug in the history of mankind. Harry J. Anslinger said one more thing. That's number 3. Let me give it to you. And I quote, reefer makes darkies think that they're as good as white men. You heard me? Once they were done spreading anti-Mexican and anti-black reefer madness propaganda, we got the Marijuana Tax Act of 1937. 79 years and countless lives ruined later, the U.S. government wets their beaks by selling marijuana with a whopping 15% sales tax. You know what's cool? Beer, wine, liquor, spirits, libations, booze. Drink when you're sad. Drink when you're happy. When nothing is happening, drink to make something happen. Drink to make digestive problems and strokes and DUIs and liver disease and heart disease and high blood pressure and all these beautiful diseases are caused by America's favorite pastime. Drink in a bar, drink in a car, drink with a star, drink at a baseball game, a football game, a hockey game. Get drunk, get belligerent, take somebody's life. Hey, liquor is illegal and plentiful. America's favorite pastime is getting drunk. That commercial told you to do it. Think about short-term gains versus long-term survival. They don't understand the tortoise and the hare. They don't understand a slow nickel beats a fast dollar. They prefer instant gratification and short-term profits instead of building meaningful relationships with a loyal customer base. They want your money quick, fast, and in a hurry, pronto, even if they have to kill you to get it. These conglomerates will take $1 today from a dead customer tomorrow. That's pretty short-term thinking, right? Pretty short-sighted, no? If profit depends on people, why do they continue to make decisions that hurt the public? Why roll back environmental protections that keep air breathable? Why dismantle climate regulations? Why undermine the EPA? Why attack emission rules and weaken CAFE standards? CAFE standards were designed to reduce pollution and make less dependency on fossil fuels. CAFE standards wasn't some stupid hippy-dippy rules that we were just, experimenting with. CAFE standards were in place to keep us with breathable air and lower fuel costs and less oil dependency and long-term stability. Rolling this back doesn't just help big car, big automotive. It increases emissions. It increases pollution. It increases public health risk. And when billionaires and the billionaires and the fossil fuel executives are just so greedy and so horny that they're sitting back counting their money, smiling and laughing at deregulation. And the lobbyists and the politicians are getting what they want while the asthma rates and bronchitis rates soar while heat intensifies. And it just makes me think, are they stupid? Or are they evil? I know that they're not stupid. I know they're not stupid because they do a good job of screwing us. They're willing to bleed the system dry, even if it destabilizes the people that contribute to the system. They will cut their nose off to spite their faces. They will implode America before they fix anything. It looks like short-term profit beats long-term survival. This deregulation that they're dishing out is going to collapse the system later, sooner than later. But it's okay. It's all right because the billionaires are sitting back, hedging their bets, while the poors, us regular people, are sitting back, eating, breathing, and drinking consequences. And they're talking about growth and profit and freedom. But what kind of freedom are they giving us when healthcare is snatched, when food is snatched, when wages are stagnant and jobs are snatched? When the planet warms and regulations that protect us get labeled anti-business, what kind of freedom are they talking about? If they keep rolling back all these protections that we have, it's going to destabilize the workforce. It's going to poison the air. It's going to poison the water. And it's going to polarize communities. And they're doing a really awful job of managing the system, but they're doing a really great job of causing dysfunction and chaos. And this is the uncomfortable part that people don't want to talk about. This is the uncomfortable part that people don't want to talk about. Listen. A small circle of wealthy elites will survive this instability. All this is going to fall apart, but the billionaires will be fine. Because what's going to happen is they're going to build a colony on Mars and leave us here, or they're going to stay on Earth with private security and private health care and private energy on their private land, and they'll be fine. But what are you and I going to do? What are your children and grandchildren going to do? So maybe the question is not why they hurt the public. Maybe the question is who pays the price? The billionaires, the lobbyists, the politicians, they're not paying the price of destruction. They don't even pay taxes. The people that are going to pay the price are the regular people, me, you, the people that were sold a dream, the people that were told this was about freedom. We're going to make America great again. We're going to get the women out of here and the immigrants out of here. And the people, you don't realize the people that are getting hurt are the people that voted to take the guardrails off. Good job, America. You're doing good.